7 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. And another really rainy morning. I had to pull the umbrella out of had to pull the umbrella out to get here this morning. Good morning, Kay. What's up?
Try my best to be my best. Disappointed but not surprised. To all those who backed the newly elected president, congratulations to you. And may all your dreams come true.
No, they don't deserve congratulations.
No, we can't be sore losers now. Mr. Obama would not allow us to boo, so I'm not going to boo. I'm just going to say congratulations, and may everyone that voted for him, may all their dreams and wishes come true.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'll say that, but I won't congratulate them.
Congratulations, Cleo and everybody else. J Black, kudos. Good luck to you all. That's all I'm going to say this morning. Imagine
I cannot believe it.
All the households in America are run by single mothers, and y'all couldn't give a woman one chance in a house that y'all think too great for her. What a thing.
Unbelievable.
What a life. Anyways, none of my business.
Unbelievable.
None of my business. Good morning, everyone.
You realize if Jesus was come back now and they realize Jesus was black, he wouldn't win?
Hello, they took Barabbas over Jesus back in the Bible days. So nobody want. Lawlessness continues to be the winner of the day. Let's keep pushing. That's all. Nobody wants dignity. Nobody wants upright and upstanding citizens to lead them. We following the badness of today. As somebody told me, Bible prophecy have to come true. Okay, let Bible prophecy come true. Everybody predicted that the person that was elected will be the Antichrist. So good luck to them. None of my business, as I said.
Cleo says, good morning, Cleo. She says, guys, don't cry. Don't cry. I knew he was going to it. I'm not crying.
Not at all.
I just thought,
remember the economy that he had going for them then, Jamsa. He inherited it from Mr. Obama. 8 years of hard work. So I good luck.
Cleo says somebody's sounding bitter. I don't know if she means me or you, but yes, I'm sounding bitter.
Well, I'm the only person that's sounding, but I'm not bitter. Not at all. Congratulations, best wishes, and everything else that comes along with your new president.
They'd much rather run the country into the ground.
Well, to each his own.
Have it circle the toilet drain for another toilet bowl for another 4 years.
Oh.
Then give an upstanding, sensible, responsible.
Who cares about? You don't hear the man say this
prosecutor,
morning.
who, and I should say, prosecuted the campaign in a very competent, level-headed way, and this is what they want.
People elected a man that have so many charges on his name. I don't want to sound too critical and because at the end of the day we're all humans, right? And people should be given chances. But I really don't think he should be given any chance.
It's like they had Mia Motley and Hitler, and they chose Hitler.
Hitler, yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Serious vibe.
Mia Motley is the only person I could think of who,
that would stand
in my
for
mind,
something.
who rises to, man.
And it's obvious. This election shows that these people ain't stand for nothing, man. Because if you don't stand for something, you fall for.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe they took a stance in the fact that they wanted to show us that they're gonna elect Trump no matter what Trump does. Trump threatens everybody. Trump behaves out of character almost all the time. And people still wasted their X on that man.
Cleo says she didn't vote. She just knew he was going to win.
Well, Cleo, you did say things were better under him. So I hope it continues to be.
And Dave Livingstone says, good morning, Island Tea. A sad day to have an idiot heading back into the White House. Better words.
Dave, it's not sad for them. They're all rejoicing over there. Imagine somebody that sent people to desecrate something that is so sacred to Listen, the world is laughing. You see how everybody was with their popcorn snickering in some of the memes?
I mean, I don't understand how is it? How do you have 4 years of this guy as evidence, as memories? I know they say a lot of people have amnesia, and you want to go back to that? You think it's gonna get any better? Imagine J.D. Vance as president.
Advice. You mean the next
I mean, the vice president. Imagine him. Let's say that idiot.
Listen,
The idiot
It
continues.
is going to be a chicken show over there.
Yeah, I mean, if that idiot continues to devolve cognitively, right? That's for the next 4 years. Imagine J.D. Vance as president.
I look at one of the commenters this morning on MSNBC, and I know people like to say MSNBC is democratic, and she said the young people that voted for him, the Hispanics that voted for him, go figure, basically, is like when something happened to y'all, that's who y'all put there. Yeah. She mentioned
this makes no sense to me.
No, I wonder if cheating is involved. You know, we like to ball.
No, I don't think there's any cheating. It just shows. You have to remember most America is white people, and
Caucasian.
There's a lot of racism.
This is white. They're not white.
But you know what I mean.
They need to stop. No, because they themselves call themselves white American. You're not white. What part of you is white?
Okay, pink white. People then. That's what I call them anyway.
Look pink at people. This. I saw a meme last night. Let me go get something to eat before I wake up tomorrow and these restaurants say whites only. And what if that becomes true? People had it as a meme, but what if that becomes true, Jamster? What are they going to do?
Let's take a call.
Okay. Caller, good morning. You're live
Caller, go ahead.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah. Well, the sky hasn't fallen in.
You sure? Because it's raining bad over here. This guy crying plenty now.
It's been outside. It's still up there. So we may be safe. But you see, the politicians have a way of saying, I feel your pain. No politician know how to feel anybody else's pain. Okay? And I think that's what the election showed. The things that were important to people, they voted accordingly. I don't think they were trying to teach anybody any lesson or in your face or spiteful or anything like that. Right? They just looked at their condition and figured out, well, under him, they were in a better stead.
But he inherited a good stead when he came in. So that's why they could have been better under him.
They're not going to look at those kind of semantics, right? You really feel... the ordinary voter is not a pundit, you know. He's not going to analyze and do necessary research. He's going to just vote according to his feelings. I think that's what happened here, essentially.
Wow.
Okay.
So literally, he was voted in by idiots because they followed their ids.
No.
You know, if you know Freudian psychology, the id is the you could say the baser part of your the baser part of yourself. You could say. So literally, idiots voted for him.
No, in a democracy, people have a right to get it wrong.
Yeah.
As long
I agree.
As it doesn't change.
And I have a right to call them idiots.
And you have a right to be wrong too.
Me?
Right? But
no, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, but in a democracy, they do get a chance to correct a mistake. So I wouldn't worry too much. He may surprise us. He may turn out to be just like Reagan, who was a maverick, but he turned out to be a very successful president.
You really think that Trump is going to change at this point in his life?
This is my real face, yes.
Come on.
No. One thing he said in his victory speech, if you want to call it that. Promises made, promises kept. And you're going to govern by that mantra. Okay?
But when he
does that.
Okay, go ahead.
If he does that, then the border will be fixed. America, America would continue its leadership in the world. No wars, all the wars will end. Those are promises he made. Cost of living will come down. The manufacturing, everything, you're going to drill, baby drill, and fat, baby fat. All those things that may have a positive economic effect. May not be good for the rest of the world, but after all, he is the president of America, not the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I would have liked Kamala to win, but I think she ran a pretty decent campaign. But I think she was hamstrung by Biden's policies. You see, because that's the other thing.
But that makes no sense.
How?
Biden did a lot of great things.
They don't care.
I don't understand.
But he also did a lot of silly things.
Like what?
No, like for instance the border thing. You
How
can't
could you
tell
blame
me-
Jordan?
I
How could you blame him for that? This guy said the people came up with a bipartisan plan, and Trump instructed them to reject it because he didn't.
Politics.
Yeah, and I can't believe people voted for that.
That's what I'm saying. But you think that the average voter gonna make that nuance? As far as they're concerned, the border problem is there, and got worse.
He could have fixed it when he was in Caller, couldn't he?
What's that?
Couldn't he fix the border problem when he was in? All he did was separate kids and their parents, and he didn't do much. He had 4 years to fix it. He didn't fix it.
I agree, but that's what I'm saying. The average voter is not going to look in detail at things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What they're hearing now is Trump saying he's going to send back all them illegal immigrants and all the criminals, and that sounds good in their ears. Because in their opinion, right, any president should have been able to do that. I would not be surprised if he does something sweeping like just close the border. Bam, just like that. Okay? And it would be effective. Right? And to the voter, that's what he said he'd do, and he has done it. Right? That's the thing with Trump. You know, why he can be so effective but dangerous at the same time. In that he does what he says he's going to do. And I think that's instructive for a lot of politicians, right? If you say if you promise something, deliver, right? Otherwise, don't gripe and complain and say about the people turn on you, right? That as well as you notice how, for instance, in the Gaza conflict, Biden was trying to cherry pick and appease Israel, and instead of doing the right thing, a politician can't go wrong by doing the right thing. If he had gone from the beginning and called it out for what it was, right? The war in Gaza would have ended in a week, if not a month, if not a week, right? Because he would tell Israel straight out, you're not doing this. But you look at all the political implications and look how it backfired on him. It's going to be interesting to see what he does now in this lame duck period. If he can just let Israel do what it likes, but I suspect there are a lot of people in the world now who are very anxious because China, certainly the guys in Ukraine, because if Trump does what he says he's going to do, then even Europe, even NATO, they're going to have to be paying for their defense. And similarly, Taiwan, he's saying Taiwan should be paying them to Taiwan and South Korea, paying the U.S. to defend them. you know, and so there are a lot of, I think, very nervous people in the world today because they don't know what's going to happen in the future. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think. But the sky is not falling. You know, America will continue. I don't think there's any possibility of Trump being the dictator that he wants to be. The U.S. system will not allow it. Okay? So, you know, the 4 years will pass and the United States will still be there. We don't know yet if it's going to be as thriving because there's no way I could see increasing tariffs helping anybody's economy, right? But he's threatening that.
But this is the thing that throws me for a loop. How can people vote for all these things that make no sense? This guy has been accused. This guy has multiple indictments, and I do not understand it. I do not understand.
You made that point. I mean, the man is a convicted criminal.
I do not understand.
But they vote for him anyway.
Yep.
Right? And that's what I'm saying. You can't tell people. You can see that they made a mistake, but they don't feel so. Right? And your vote is one, just like theirs. Okay? And the fact that collectively, and he's even getting the popular vote. Imagine that. Right? The fact is, most Americans feel confident, have a confidence in Trump. There's one I heard say, well, yes, he does. He has all kind of character flaws and so on. But his view of America is more in line with hers.
But
I think is instructive.
But you know what? Here we go again, ignoring the elephant in the room. All of these people talking all this stuff and all these tying themselves into knots to come up with all kind of reasons. They just don't want a black president or female president. I don't care what I do not care what anyone says. So it's Hillary 2-0. In the case of Hillary, it was a white woman. In the case of a woman. In the case of Kamala, she's black and she's female. No, we can't have that. And I don't care what anyone tells me. And that is the elephant in the room that is going to be ignored on all these panels.
I don't think it will remain that forever. I mean,
I'm not saying it is, but I mean, at this crucial time in history, that is what's going on. I'm not saying it's going to stay like that forever.
Right. So I guess the time for a black woman hasn't come yet. The time for a woman, I guess, hasn't come yet in the United States.
Probably may never come.
They're very conservative people, and they don't change easily. As great as they might be in terms of military, military and the economy generally, and they are, after all, they generally speaking, work very hard compared to the rest of the world, And, the fact that they have the best economy right now shows it, right? But
Americans thinking.
Final analysis, it's democracy at work. They made a decision, and the rest of the world has to live with it. Let's hope.
Okay.
Nothing catastrophic happens.
Okay, I have to take another call.
Do you think the new president is going to end the war? That's just my final question.
Like he said, he's going to govern on a mantra. He make promises, he's going to keep it. I really feel he's going to try to strike a deal with Putin, right? Because he basically said he's going to end the war. That's what he said.
Okay.
Now, how he does it is going to matter, and that's the whole point. He may say, "Man, let Russia run over Ukraine." Sure, it ends the war, but look at the cost.
Okay, we have to take a call.
Yeah. Right? And the same thing with Gaza. Sure, you can let Israel exterminate the Palestinians, but at what cost? It ends the war, but at what cost?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, caller. Oh boy, we still lost the call. Caller, I'm so sorry. Call back, please. Caller, try and keep your calls short because, I can't win. I could never win this argument because they say, "Oh, you have people talking for days," and then, someone, and I don't want to be impolite and cut them off. Caller, go right ahead.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fine.
Why are you sounding so sprightly?
Another day. Look, me. Jamster!
Mm-hmm.
You said yesterday they're going to be wailing and gnashing their teeth. I don't know why y'all are surprised, but you see this little girl here.
I am
not
surprised.
surprised.
I am surprised.
I don't know why y'all are surprised.
So then why
I
was
said
it?
On this station.
They were talking yesterday about a rally he did the day before where in his last rally where they said people were booing and they actually walked out. Yet they could still vote him in. Wow.
Jamster, the fear mongering, all the Democrats was focused on was fear mongering. Oh, if Trump win, this, like, nothing, it was nothing but fear mongering and kill the babies. Fear mongering and kill the baby. That's all you turn on the TV, turn on the news. That's all you hear. Fear mongering.
That's an
and
unfair. That's an unfair.
And that is the truth.
No, no. What I mean is the part about abortion. It's unfair to reduce it. It's choice. It's not like every woman who gets a baby wants to have an abortion. It's just.
Yeah, but they were focused on this. If Donald Trump win, you won't have the right to kill the babies. I mean, seriously?
I wouldn't put it like that.
No. Oh gosh, I don't think it was that bad.
You wouldn't have the right to make the choice.
And a lot of people look, Florida, right? Florida, the state where they were. Look, he win Florida. Look, he win Florida. The thing about it is that the fear mongering did not work. And for me, I tell my husband, long time, I said, let me tell you, all these people, number one, you see why, because from looking at everything, right, everybody thought she was going to win. The world thought she was going to win. I tell my husband, let me tell you, on election day, white America going to wake up. Because the first thing they're going to say, look, me, a woman president, the first woman president, I don't even have to call her black, mix. Because she only claiming she black because it was election. But other than that, you think they were going to let that happen? And then again, when you look at it, a lot of black people voted for him. It's not just white people who voted for Trump. A lot of black people voted for him.
Black Lives Matter.
And that all lives matter.
Mm.
All lives matter.
Mm.
And then again, they thought the Puerto Rican thing was supposed to be the nail in the coffin.
Hispanic
again,
Lives
he
Matters.
Won Florida.
Mm-hmm.
The fearmonger didn't work. They needed to come tell the people what you're gonna do. Don't
didn't
feed
she?
me fear.
She did.
Imagine you elect somebody that has concepts of a plan and not a plan. She told them what she was going to do, but it's obvious that people will elect who they want.
What you were gonna do, it was very late because they were more focusing on fear, pushing out fear. That's what they were focused on. Pushing out the fear. It did not work. But in any case, Katensia, he's not the Antichrist.
He isn't?
He's not
No,
the
I just
Antichrist.
said this is what people prophesy him to be.
If he's there to help usher in the Antichrist, somebody got to help usher in the Antichrist. Bible have to fulfill.
Yeah.
So you see me? This girl here ain't worried about who's president. Look at the world. Right now, right? It's obviously it'll be cold. Where I'm at, so they're going to be 70-something. It's going to be hot.
Mm.
It's going to be hot.
Mm.
I can't tell the... During the summer, we had lots of rain. It's been months. We didn't have no rain here, no good rain here in Connecticut.
Okay.
Bible must fulfill. God said He going to burn up this earth. And you see how dry the earth is?
Mm-hmm.
It's dry because Daddy Jesus is going to burn it up.
Mm-hmm.
So people, don't worry about Donald Trump, man. This is the time to look up and seek Christ. Mm-hmm. Run for your life. Not from Donald Trump, but from Satan. Because then he is, remember, the word of God said, he got to run this earth. He going to run this earth for 1,000 years. people, the Antichrist, he's very much alive, and he's just waiting to come step in. You have to take over this world to run it for 1,000 years. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Where is Jay Black?
He's not in. He's gonna be palancing tomorrow. Don't worry. He comes tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We had some other callers. Apologies. Just call us. We're gonna take a quick break, and okay, let's take this call before we go. 8:32. Caller, go right ahead. Island T.
Yeah, man. Sam Smith. What's up, man? The sky ain't falling, bro. That's it. Good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You seem excited.
Well, sometimes we on the losing side, but it's all good. This is democracy at work, bro. No matter how we put it. That's what they say. You know, we this morning we might be waking up on the wrong side, but at the end of the day, it didn't surprise me. And this is typical America, bro. Typical America. Down the stretch yesterday, I want to agree with Matt. Y'all had some good comments so far, but it was a fair election as far as I can tell. And he pulled it off, and we will see what he's going to do in 4 years. But for myself, I only think he has 2 years of effective presidency, the first 2 years. After that, the party is going to start evolving and getting ready for the next election. So all the stuff he really wants to do, I don't think he's going to get all of that stuff done.
Let's wait and see.
Concerning the wars, he's going to find himself in a pickle because let's see if he's going to try to get a deal with the Ukraine-Russia war, but yet still will support Israel, killing the Palestinians. He didn't recognize his opponents, typical Trump, but the people voted for this man, straight up. In this world we're living in, evil is reigning over good. I guess that's Satan running across the world, yeah, but that lady caller there, now, the Jesus guy's gonna come in, I hope. The Jesus guy would typically come in after a call like that.
No, after he finishes cartwheels and somersaults. Yeah.
But the sky ain't falling, man. 4 years of Trump, we'll see what he's gonna do. People like his straightforwardness, and that's all I can say, bro. The people has voted, and we just got to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But let me say one other thing before I go, right? I was listening to a panel last night, and Chris Christie, the former governor of New Jersey, he made a great observation. Biden, at one point, he didn't do what he promised. He said he was going to be a transactional president, one term, and maybe try to pass the torch early in the game to Kamala or whoever else would have gotten the nod from the Democratic, who would have gotten the nod for the nomination, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biden did not live up to that, bro. He didn't live up to that. The fact that he tried to push forward and to get a second term wasn't good for Kamala at all. That transition in between there wasn't good at all. But that's what we will say looking back in hindsight. But at the end of the day, bro, it's typical America, bro. They did what they wanted to do.
Well,
all
my worst, all of my worst ideas about Americans have been confirmed. I'm gonna leave it there. I just heard from Troy. Troy he's coming in for farm report, but he said apparently the cops are doing that thing again.
Oh, okay.
In traffic, so he said he's gonna
be a tad late.
A little late, yeah. Okay. So 8:36. Let's take a quick break and come back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WIN FM.
Sale, sale, sale. You asked about it. We did it. The TDC Home and Building Depot is having another massive tent sale. This time we're doubling everything. Double shopping days. On Friday 8th and Saturday 9 November. And double the savings. On everything from A to Z under the double-sized tent. This is your chance to get super deals. Name your price even. And rock bottom prices. Get a holiday head start. Don't miss this massive TDC tent sale. This weekend, go where the savings are. The TDC Home and Building Depot, everyone's favorite retail store. Terms and conditions apply. TDC, together we succeed.
What gift gives you joy?
An investment in land. That's joy to my future.
Finance your land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll gift you up to US $500 towards valuation fees, no loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay. Plus, we'll also give you the chance to win one of 3 cash prizes in your country from our regional pot of over US $100,000. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back. It's 8:38, and we're gonna have a slightly later farm report. Troy is stuck in traffic, but he'll be here. Don't worry. And we had some calls coming in. I had a call to come in. It bring out. So bring us your call 662-0989 and 466-0989, and you can also comment on the Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube page. Okay.
I'm just like I just still no.
I know.
Listen, I have a comment here, so hold on. Let me just talk on this.
We should just drink our water and mind our business, right?
My good friend over there, Nevis. Good morning, Mario. He said. Oh my gosh. Somebody said, tell Jamster to stop being so dramatic about the American people. Remember that there were multiple millions of people who voted for Harris, and of course, multiple millions more who would have voted for her but did not vote. Elections are determined by those who show up. Another comment goes on to say, I agree with the caller from Connecticut. The election was reduced to such simple denominators of race and sex. Voters are honestly more complex than this.
No, but that's the thing. You heard those exit polls. I was like, oh, she's definitely gonna win. But then, so basically, what was going? This is, like I said, this is Hillary Clinton 2.0. They say one thing, but secretly, a lot of them are thinking, oh, she's black. She's black. She's a woman. We're not doing this.
That's why somebody said it didn't matter her rally size. These people knew they wasn't going to vote for
They
her.
just wanted to see Lady Gaga and Beyonce and J-Lo.
For free.
Yeah, for free. Exactly.
Yeah.
Caller, go right ahead.
Good morning, Jamster. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Don't ask me how I am, because I'm not going to answer.
Well, just relax, Jamster, because it's what it is. And don't really take it on, because, it tells you what experience teaches us that the fact is that when we are happy and excited as a people, black people, we got to learn to keep our mouth shut. The thing is that white America are not ready for a black president and put by a black woman president. And so at the end of the day, they keep their mouth closed, even though they did not want Trump and vote heavily against Kamala. The thing is, what happened is that
they'd rather run the country into the ground than have a black president. Imagine that.
Yes,
Imagine that.
So because he's white, there are a lot of black men, especially men in America, that cannot vote because they have committed a felon, where the police force them into it, provoke them into those things, and they get arrested, and they have done some prison time and so on, but a lot of them just can't vote.
So how are you allowed to vote for a man that has so many that has committed so many crimes then?
The
How about that?
The president is a felon.
The man is white.
I feel like
oh, jeez.
yeah, that
Caucasian,
exactly
here,
that trumps everything. Oh, no pun intended.
The thing is, what a white man can get away with in America, a black man can't.
We know that,
You got
yeah.
to be overwhelmingly on his side and in his position to get away. If not, he's captured. Black people don't. You have to understand your position. When things are good, you keep quiet. You don't flourish it, because if you flourish it, they're going to go after you and shut you down. And so when they talk about we're going to do this for blacks and so on, no. Keep your mouth quiet and invite the whites to come along with you. And if you use the technique, you're going to win them, because they don't make noise, you know. We make noise and yeah, make a lot of noise over a lot of things, but they don't.
But that don't look like we're sucking up to them?
They squeeze you.
Huh?
Say that again?
That doesn't look like we're sucking up to them? It's like we're still in slavery days? We're still ratting out each other to get somewhere?
Who is more sucking up, the Chinese or you? You see how the Chinese relax? They look like they're sucking up to anybody, but they're milking the cow.
Okay.
Taking all your money.
Okay.
You're giving them all your business, but they're pretending you think you're doing them any harm. Somebody says, sticks and stone can break my bone, but words can't do me no harm.
Exactly.
If you don't touch them, they don't feel nothing. They just continue taking your money, and they relax.
Yep.
It's a professional thing that they train to do.
You are correct.
Keep your mouth shut. The person did not touch you. You say, oh, he disrespect me. No. If he disrespect you, it's okay, because he can't respect himself. So why are you looking for respect from him? Just concentrate on what you're doing and go forward. And I must say it again, that Trump is a very strong fella. He take a lot of beating, but he came out winning. Have a good day, Johnson, lady.
Thank you. You too. Listen, he get any beating? He didn't care what anybody said. I don't even... Well, maybe he got beaten with his case and all of that.
I feel like I'm living in Wonderland, or if
Disneyland.
Those people who know what Stranger Things is, I feel like I'm living in the upside down. You ever watch Stranger Things?
No, but I've heard of it.
Heard about it? Yeah.
Do you think his presidency will affect us here in the Caribbean?
Yes, of course.
How major do you think? Or we have to wait and see. You will say wait and see, right?
I'm going to take a stab at it. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, let me make a quick, Johnson, let me make a quick correction there, man. Biden, he said he was going to be a transitional president, not a transactional. I just wanted to correct myself.
But he is going to be a transactional. He's going to be a transactional president too, because that's where he is. Because he's going to be trying to enrich himself. And you know what's funny? I think during his first term, one of the things that never got much light was the fact that he was busy enriching himself as the president. I mean, you heard about the fees he charged for people to stay at his hotel? I mean, for example, when he traveled, he made the Secret Service stay at his hotels and used to charge him 3 and 4 times more than... You should charge the government 3 and 4 times more than you would typically be charge for that hotel. I mean, pay for that hotel.
You're talking about Trump. You're talking about Trump.
Yeah.
Everything that Trump, like everything that he did wrong or whatever, all that negative and all that stuff, the Americans, they wipe that shit away. They don't care about none of that. It's like a cult thing going on, bro. They love this man, bro. Trust me.
The cult of white. The cult of white, or the cult of pink, whatever you want to call it.
Peach.
And undoubtedly down the stretch yesterday, that sex and that black thing came into play. Believe that. America, they will portray certain things, but behind the scenes, bro, they're not ready for this woman and this black thing.
I mean, they'd rather have a damaged, dysfunctional man-child as a president than a responsible, level-headed female, black female. Unbelievable.
But this is the world we're living in today. The world is upside down, left side right, right side left. I see that happening. People are loving abnormality, bad behavior, crime, everything that's evil is just becoming normalized. It's just being normalized. We are portraying that we love bad, and our sisters, them, this is how they're operating out here too, bro. They love bad treatment. You try to take a woman on a date, they don't want that no more.
Oh boy.
Transactional, bro.
Oh,
Money
boy.
run things, bro.
Money run things, indeed.
All right, man.
Thank
Have a
you,
good one,
as
bro.
usual.
Okay.
You have a good one.
All right.
My friend in the U.S.
Another
just...
call. Wait,
okay,
sorry.
go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
How
good
are
morning.
you?
One is fair. Do you, Mr. Moderator, think the election was rigged?
No.
Good. If you happen to like broccoli and hate carrots, and I happen to love carrots and hate broccoli, how dare you tell me, how can you love that orange junk stuff?
But they're both good. They're both good for you. Trump isn't good for you.
How dare you tell me that carrots aren't good for me?
Because objectively,
If the election had gone the other way, the people on the other side, you would have been joyful, and the people on the other side would be saying, how dare these people vote for what they voted for? You must learn to respect the choice of the electorate.
I'm sorry.
How
I'm
dare
not
you
respecting
decide
this
I am
one.
not
Sorry.
smart enough for
You
the
can talk
country?
from now until Saturday. I'm not respecting this one.
So you know what that does? That makes someone like me lose respect for you. Because if you don't respect the free choices that others make, regardless of the basis on which they make their choices, regardless of whether or not, in your opinion, it's good for the country, it's good for the world, that is what the majority of Americans, both in the popular vote, unlike some of the previous elections, and in the method of determining the winner via the Electoral College, have chosen as the next president of the United States.
I've always thought of
That president may turn out to be good, that president may turn out to be awful. But for you to be questioning, how dare these people, didn't they know that he was a crook? The people who voted for Donald Trump were not unaware of all of his faults, of all of his failings, of his threats, of his meanness, of his vindictiveness. They're not unaware of that. But as far as they're concerned, those qualities can be forgiven, those qualities can be ignored because they don't want the alternative. That's what it's about. Democracy isn't about choosing the best. Democracy comes down to what the individual voters, and when you add them all up, determine to be the outcome.
Okay, but that's
And
very
so
selfish,
to be
though, isn't it?
bellyaching that the American people, and to suggest it's about black people, not the pink people, black people, were not 25% of the electorate. So if all of them had voted, and we must understand something, Americans are not great voters. Of all the people who are qualified to vote, fewer than 70% of them traditionally are registered to vote. Even Donald Trump himself did not register to vote until the 1990s. He was living in the state of New York. He was not a registered voter. Okay? Only about 70% or few of Americans register to vote. If 70% of persons qualified to vote choose to register, and then 70% of those who are registered to vote actually turn out, it means that less than half of the people who are qualified to vote chose to go in and make express a preference. And so ultimately, it's about what the people, whether in their wisdom or in their stupidity, choose. Democracy is not about right and wrong. Democracy is about the system is designed that way, and sometimes it brings in a good result for some and a poor result for others. Remember, democracy elected Adolf Hitler. Later on, he was able change the system into what it became. In Hungary, democracy elected Viktor Orban. He has now turned it into what it has become. Democracy, as Winston Churchill Zelensky said, is one of the worst things ever created, but we can't think of a better system. Otherwise, it will be about the smart people, who decides what is smart, who will choose who runs the country. In St. Kitts and Nevis, the same thing happens. You may not like the outcome of the election, but it's what the majority of people chose in their own individual wisdom for whatever reasons they chose. They liked the color of Mr. Trump's hair. They liked Miss Harris's laughter. Whatever is the basis on which they made their decision, respect it. I plead, I beg, I beseech you, respect the judgment of a population of 300 million people, and whatever percentage of them chose to go out over the last few weeks and express their mandate. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Oh, I will. I'm not I'm not bellyaching. I'm just, just calling a spade a spade. Okay, on to the next call. Caller, go right ahead. It's 8:53. Caller. Okay. Feel free to call back, callers. Like I said, 8:53. Someone says this sound is extra low, which is strange because according to this, everything is fine. Let me see. Okay. Let me try this. See if this works. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Someone give me some feedback and tell me no if that's better. Pavlova, Williams Webster. Tell me if that sounds better. You were gonna say something.
No, I wasn't. Not just yet. But I see something here on
YouTube. Some people saying they don't think it had anything to do with race or gender, but
yeah, this thing on YouTube says, until I die, I will never understand why he was even still allowed to run after this.
Exactly.
But to each his own.
But 2 words. Because white.
But they said he made a speech even before he was declared a winner.
Oh, okay.
Narcissistic man. Listen.
Caller, go right ahead.
Caller, good morning. You're live in Island T.
Oh, wow. What's going on? Okay.
Oh, good morning, Javan and Dennis over there in the U.S.
On to the next. Caller, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. How are you?
Giving God thanks, man. God's still in control, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't agree with the last caller. When you look at the basis on which people make choices, you don't have to respect it. Respect to me suggests that you accept, you know. But the truth must be told, and it was echoed by a young man. America does not want any woman to lead them.
Mm-hmm.
I show Gregory, they say it all the time, it's a curse. When a woman run a country, the country is cursed. And I was listening to...
That's a terrible thing to say.
Jazeera, right? Al
Yeah.
Jazeera. Where they are economists, because Al Jazeera neither thing nor nothing. And they were talking about even the thing about the rate of inflation like you had on Monday. Monday or Tuesday with some misinformation. And he was talking about the economy and the unemployment rate. So when people sometimes make statements, oh, the thing is high and whatever, without even understanding what it measures. And when you choose somebody, I was surprised when they chose him, Give somebody convicted, you know. Now, how can you talk about you're going to correct anybody? As we just said, the devil can't correct sin. But it shows the mentality of the American, whether black, white, or purple.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk about people country and the crime is high. Nobody got more higher crime than America. And when you go about painting all of the immigrants, the murderers and rapists, were there not large number of murderers and rapists born and raised in America? So the way you painting people, and it shows our mentality. They live in a developed country, but they might not develop.
Oh, boy.
Because it even happen here, people, we're going to give you this and we're going to give you that. And based on these promises, false promises, you get elected. I mean, what is a sensible person to do? Do you understand what I'm saying? He can't evoke no respect. All the other world leaders looking at him this morning are wondering what is going to happen.
Some of them are probably rejoicing.
I don't. Who would that be? He going in for NATO. He like the man for the wars. He going to stop war in a day. How we could stop war in a day?
Well, let's see
like
what's going to happen.
The police immunity. Let them go and do what they want to do. Now, when you say that, there's going to be a lot of pushback. Why look at it, let them do what they want to do their job. And on the receiving end of it are the minority people. I mean, what do you expect from that? Or sometimes we get all excited with the crowd. That's why I don't go to political meetings, you know. People hear, but they don't understand. They go for all the sides. They make offers which they know are impractical. And then, like they were saying, he had this thing outsourced. So it wasn't him alone. The church, there was one preacher who comes on. The religious right and whatever. And they are putting up Barabbas. I said, as a Christian, I couldn't vote for none of them. But here they're pushing it, the Catholic Church pushing it based on one thing. When they are the ones suffering also.
Yeah.
So anyway, things will work out. It work out for the good.
Yeah,
because
let's
remember,
hope.
you know, it was in your Bible. Before Elijah got the Lord said, go and anoint Jehu. You know the story?
Could you repeat that? I didn't get that.
When before Elijah, the prophet, was taken up, when he said, Lord, he wanted to die, he said, before you go and anoint Jehu, I think it was Jeroboam, and Jehu was to go for Israel, and he was going to take care of Jezebel. And everybody said, a wicked king like that, he didn't. God has a purpose. God has a purpose. And it is for black people to understand themselves. And for the politicians, stop taking people for granted. Can it happen here too? Oh, well, if I'm saying Paul, say you must vote Labour. If I'm this, you must vote Pam. If I'm saying you must, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you have that kind of situation where you take certain segments for granted, and the election that they stay home, or they vote for the other person say, well, I might as well since I'm getting nothing here. So that should be a lesson also, because some of the black people are saying, well, they put in Obama, and we ain't got nothing much. It's like, you know the story of the the lepers in the Bible?
I think I do, but I'm not quite sure.
Yes, all right.
Not the one that came back and thanked Jesus? That?
No.
Not
the
that
Old
one?
Testament, when they was besieged.
Okay, no.
And so the army was out there waiting, had them forcing them into starvation. And there were 4 lepers outside, because you know, lepers can't go in.
Okay.
And one day they said, they went down in the camp, and they realized they seen a body. They said all the people gone, leave the clothes and starvation in there, people eating people. And one say, when they start with, they say, boy, no, this is the day of good news, you know. He said, if we stay here, we're going to die. If we go in, we're going to die, because no food in there. So we might as well go down, eat, and go and tell the king. And people didn't believe. So they were in a situation, who inside didn't want them. You understand?
Yeah.
That's happened a lot in the black community. who India want them are treating them, taking them for granted. And you say, well, if we stay in there, we get nothing. If we go out there, we get nothing. Then let us make up a choice. So it's a lesson to politicians. And everybody know, Trump can't do a lot of what he say. He don't rule the world as he wish. He rule with his mouth. He can bring all the wars to the end, maybe. Is Jesus.
And continue lining his pockets with government money.
But you see what Elon X by name Elon what?
Elon Musk.
You think the man's stupid? That's an investment. Or you thought that Eli was, they call him
Elon Musk.
Yeah, if you thought that he was supporting Trump, you're lying. It's like a lot of people say have on political parties. He want to control the national thing, the Pentagon. So he would have to go and beg, he just order them and get what even using government supplies.
Yeah.
The investment the man made, you know. It's like when we hear about they get campaign financing. So the person who get them is an investment and they want it back. So he's going to be, even if he's not on the cabinet, he has Donald Trump already in his pocket.
There's one thing.
America,
There's
right?
one thing I haven't heard anyone say is I'm wondering if Trump winning is part of the whole general prophecy of America's decline. Because he's certainly going to be a catalyst for America's decline.
Between the two of them. That's America.
You know.
America is godless, you know. They have some godly people, eh? But the majority, murder, this and that. That is why nobody.
Because
I thought that the bring up is going, but you see, when everybody got a record and everybody's corrupt, we're going to call who corrupt. And he cared about women, and he was just convicted a Newman case.
Okay.
How does that go over? All the women have made complaint against him. One succeeded in the case. And he can take care of women.
In fact, Stormy Daniels made a report. She said she was on a show this morning. She said, I just read it. She said that she can't believe that they voted this guy back in, and she thinks it's because she said it's because of racism. She said it's because of racism. So all the people who are saying it's not racism, well,
it is because remember, you know, if you go back down to Charlotte and start with Trump. Trump was raised in a house of racism. He went on to carry his father's job. Any black he has, he tolerates them. He uses them. That doesn't mean that black people don't do the same thing, you know. But he was raised with Ku Klux Klan mentality. And if you look at a lot of the areas, the white supremacists there, and they are complaining of the statistics. That's why you see they're going on so. Well, we are being outnumbered, and by so and so we will no longer be the majority. So, how are we going to regain our position demographically? Round up and send out all of the people who come in. Because, and some of them are white, you know, but he don't say that. You see what I'm talking about? And any black people that go send back to Africa, send them. They want to regain their majority position. And we don't pay attention. We just don't pay attention. We don't pay attention. So no, I continue to pray for America. All of us are family there, right?
Yep.
Whether you vote for Trump or not.
Yep.
You better look to God.
Yep.
And I don't know about the prophecy because actually, America is not mentioned in the Bible, eh? Although there's some minister twisting it, America is not mentioned in the Bible.
But did it mention the eagle? Well, the eagle might have been in Rome, right?
The eagle would have been Rome.
Yeah, because I remember reading someone saying...
America was never mentioned anywhere in the Bible.
But
so everybody waiting to see that the war between Israel and thing finish next week. All right then.
Thank you.
What happened to Troy here?
He's on his way. So I'm gonna take a break and come back. I need to.
All right then.
Someone sent me something that they want me to read, which I'm gonna read. So Ms. Delda says, so how did Obama win? No, it's not. She says, this is nonsense. No, well, Obama is a man. So in that case, being a man trumps being a woman. And kind of trumps being black. Now you're talking about someone who's black and a woman. I mean, this is not hard, people. Come on.
So the women can run the household, but they can't run the White House.
Okay. So let's take a quick break.
Yes,
I'll come back and I'll read this thing that and it's a perfect smackdown for all the people who think I'm out of line to say no congratulations will be coming from me to anyone who voted for Trump. I said what I said.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
On Sunday, November 17th, join us for the 3rd Annual Sugar Mass Awards. The pre-show starts at 6:30 p.m., building anticipation for a night of celebration. At 7 p.m., the main event begins live on the SKN Carnival Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as on ZIZ Television. Tune in for an evening of recognition and honor as we celebrate those who have contributed meritoriously to SKN National Carnival. On Sunday, November 17th, don't miss the chance to be a part of this prestigious event as we acknowledge the heartbeat of Sugar Mass.
The family fun event of the year is back. On Saturday, November 9th, the St. Kitts Marriott Golf Course comes alive for the 13th annual Family Walk Run in aid of the St. Christopher Children's Home. Join us at 3 p.m. to collect your coveted event shirt and get ready to run and walk at 4 p.m. sharp. Adults are $50. Children 6 to 12 years old are $25. Admission includes an event shirt, barbecue lunch served by the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, face painting, and a kids zone powered by Lucid SKN. Tickets are available at Royal Beach Casino, Harper's Office Depot, Four Ways Restaurant and Bar in the Circus, and online at events.jad.cash. Enter the highly anticipated raffle, which includes chances to win hotel stays, a 55-inch LG TV, and more. Let's run and walk for a cause. See you on Saturday, November 9th.
And we are back. It's 9:09. We should be going to be having farm report. We just awaiting the arrival of Troy.
Indeed.
Got caught up in traffic. Apparently, the policemen are doing that one of those inspection exercises they do from time to time.
It's a new month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
So I
gotta
guess-
check to make sure everybody's legal.
Yeah.
My friend in the U.S. says, now is not the time to be sad. The American people have chosen. If you are going to blame anyone, blame the people who he appealed to. He got the popular vote. This is what America wants.
I guess. Well, I'm not sad. Just
No, me neither. Sad about what?
Someone says Skeeter Mills Jamster, you have a big problem with Trump. Please fix it. Yes.
Oh, Skeeter.
Rightly so.
Skeeter, good
Rightly
morning.
so. I think I'm not an angel, but I think I have basic decency.
Oh boy.
And I can't with Trump. Anyway, let me read this because this is a perfect response to all these people. This is David Muir is this is what someone sent me and wanted me to read. David Muir is, and I actually realized when I saw David, I said I know that name. He's been on, I think he's been on Bill Maher a few times, and I can't remember who he writes for, but I'm gonna look that up afterwards. So this is what he posted an hour ago. Talented and well practiced in every vice, a stranger to compassion or empathy, a liar and a cheat, so complete in perfidy that he has elevated his dishonesty to hold it up as an ersatz moral principle, violent so long as he can order someone else to do the dirty work, grotesque in body, graceless in action, in possession of a wounded self-regard, so colossal as to smother any spark of grace, treasonous, not only to country. Oh, I love this. I love reading this. This is like balm to my soul right now. I should have been the one who had come up with this. Anyway, treasonous not only to country but to every ally he has ever had. The poisoned fruit and rankest flower of racism and contempt for women, and utterly devoid of shame for his moral and spiritual bankruptcy. That is your leader. That is whom That is to whom you give your money. That is who you follow and laud. That is whose banner you will willingly carry. You willingly carry. Why? Because he's a mirror, not a lighthouse. You see yourselves in him. He is what you would be if you had inherited money and could shed the last vestiges of conscience and shame. No, I do not respect your choices. This is the part I like. No, I do not respect your choices, nor do I admire your loyalty and dedication to this miserific demonic vision. You have demonstrated not only a lack of civic virtue, loyalty to the Republic, and to the rule of law, but a willingness to engage in... I wish you would send me the rest. I think it got cut off. Oh, she did send the rest. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so no, I do not respect your choices, nor do I admire your loyalty and dedication to this miserific demonic vision. You have demonstrated not only a lack of civic virtue, loyalty to the Republic, and to the rule of law, but a willingness to engage in violence and sedition at his slightest express wish. And you will never admit you are wrong because you see your dark, twisted, resentful dreams in him. And to renounce him would be to renounce yourselves. Wow. And of course, that's for Trump, in case you guys haven't figured it out. Yes. So I'm not the only one who feels the way I do. And if y'all think I'm going to reverse what I said, it's not going to happen.
Somebody said they're disappointed but not surprised.
Okay, we had a caller coming in. Caller, you can try again.
There was an article I know you would have loved, right? Callers can always call in, you know. But I saw it and I said, Jamsa is going to love this one.
Wait, let's take this call first.
Okay. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island C. Good morning.
Yeah. You know what's good about this election, though, the result? It seems as if Trump will also have the House of Representatives and the Senate within. And so anything that happens, there can be no discussion about who's to blame. You certainly can't blame the Democrats, okay? And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next 4 years when they basically can do anything they wish, follow whatever agenda they wish. And at the end of that 4 years, people can decide as to how they govern. The thing, though, about this election, the unfortunate thing is, the Democrats, and perhaps any party, they're going to be reluctant to even venture into choosing a black person.
Yes, I was thinking about that last night and this morning.
A black woman.
Yeah.
It just blows that away.
That's sad.
And that is so unfortunate. But, I just don't see that happening anytime soon. And that's really unfortunate. Yeah. All right.
Wow. That's, I was thinking that's a great way, and I was thinking the same thing this morning. Wow. So here's what's happening. It's character. Character means nothing if you're the wrong color.
Yeah.
Statesmanship means nothing if you have the wrong color, and maybe the wrong gender.
It's sad that
all you have to be is white. You could be white and the worst person in the world, and you run for president, and they decide they want you to be president. You'll be president.
I want to see how quick those people are going to be exonerated and sent home. Yeah. Ooh, what a morning.
We have someone was saying earlier. Let me read it. I like to read the criticisms too. I like to be fair. Where is it? Yes, Trump is. This is Skeetamus. Trump is going to make America great again. He is a businessman, and why are you all going on and on about Trump? Talk about
businessman that robbed a lot of
and
people
Dr.
of their
Drew.
monies.
It over. You really wanted me to talk about Drew? Be careful what you wish for. Anyways, Let's start with Antigua. You guys would have heard yesterday that the MP
for St. Peter's.
Yes, popular MP Assad Michael was found dead yesterday in a pool of blood, and there's since been an update. Where did I keep that? I sent that to you guys, right? Yeah. You guys may have even seen it before me, actually.
Yeah, the independent legislator was found in a pool of blood on the floor of his home in Dry Hill Tuesday morning. He had a stab wound to the chest and other injuries. The murder has sent shockwaves across the nation as people gather at the scene to express disbelief about his tragic demise.
And so there's a family statement here which says, let me see. It is with profound sadness and heartbreak that we, the family of Assad A. Michael, Member of Parliament for St. Peter's, announce his untimely and tragic passing. Early this morning, Assad was found dead. Of course, that was yesterday at his Dry Hill residence. She said that before, so let me move on. Assad dedicated his life to the service of Antigua and Barbuda, a passionate advocate for his constituents. He was known for his unwavering commitment, resilience, and dedication to the people of St. Peter's. His legacy of public service, compassion, generosity, and tireless work on behalf of his country will forever be remembered. Okay, so apparently the police have identified someone. They haven't.
I heard.
Yeah, they haven't given any name yet, but apparently they have fingered someone for the crime. Caller, go right ahead. Hey.
But my mother is away to money.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean it. Yeah.
And so they regard him as part white.
Mm-hmm.
They're very serious in the way they do things, But I could tell you one thing: prepare for a mass deportation from the United States. And he decided that he'll use the military, and he's used whatever means necessary to remove people from the United States, And the border war is going to continue.
It started?
There's a lot of things that he decided that he's going to do to prepare for them.
Okay.
And he's going to do them. He's going to do them. So that's the way it goes. Let's prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Wow. There's something I've thought about for a while now, like a huge irony that underpins the whole immigration thing that a lot of people don't, probably white Americans don't think about. Think about it. Mexico was much, 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 much bigger until the Mexican-American war, and America basically ended up acquiring more land and made the USA the size it is now. A lot of the people, because let's face it, the white people who colonized the Americas, they are the ones in all of the countries, including America and Canada and Mexico, go all the way down. They are the ones who control all the wealth and the political power. All the people, most of the people, virtually all of the people who rushed to the American border illegally, they were all Native Americans. And maybe maybe the descendants of the slaves from the same area.
Yeah.
So technically, when white Americans are, getting all up in arms about, especially for the ones from Mexico, and calling them illegal immigrants, technically the white Americans are the illegal immigrants, and these people are basically coming back to another part of their ancestral lands.
Exactly.
Which has always been weird to me. I'm like, but these people not even from here.
They show us in the Westerns how they murdered a lot of those persons.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, they act like they were the first ones there.
Another thing that goes unnoticed is that all of the famous people who are Mexicans, they are white. The famous director, all the presidents have been white.
Well, you want to
people
say
remember. People remember.
Colored.
People no, they are white. They came from Spain, or some of them have other European ancestry, because it was not just Spaniards who moved to those countries. I mean, Mitt Romney has family who Mitt Romney's family apparently they had migrated to Mexico first. Okay. So the point I'm making is the have-nots, the Native American have-nots are the ones flocking to the U.S. to get in free. All of the ones who we know to be Mexicans, they're white. Because they have the money. Mm-hmm. The famous film director Iñárritu, the other one, what's his name? Alfonso Cuarón, the one that did that movie with Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock and Rooney. What's his name? No. Oh God. The guy who starred in Batman. What's his name? That used to be in that medical drama. Oh God. Why am I
starred, you said?
Yeah, he was in this movie called Gravity that won a Grammy. But it's just that I noticed.
Let me Google the name. It's just that remember. The only person I'm thinking of is Ben Affleck, and it's not Ben Affleck.
No, I don't know why I'm
that was the one with Bane.
He played.
When did he play Batman?
He played Batman after Keaton. No, after Kilmer, I think.
Kilmer?
Yeah, after Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Why ain't you guys helping me? He actually did an ad. He was one of the first people that came out a few months ago to tell Biden to get out of the race.
Oh,
why am I?
Is George Clooney?
George Clooney. What? Oh my God, yeah. So I've always noticed that all the Mexicans, pretty much, the only one who isn't white is George Lopez, the comedian.
Yeah.
All of them are white people. Mm-hmm. People, Spaniards are from Spain. They're Europeans. They're white people. What you all think of as Spanish are not Spanish. They're people who were colonized by the Spanish, and the Spanish had this improved race kind of approach to their colonialism.
Yeah, but
so they used to try to breed the black out of the people, which is why a lot of the people are so mixed up. Because
Pirates of the Caribbean show you all these different people, yeah.
Yes, and so it's always funny to me to hear people go on about illegal immigrants when the very people who are so up in arms. I'm not saying these people should be going to the people's country, badging into the people's country, but the point is, yes, the point is, these people who don't want you to come to America, you have, in a sense, you could argue they have more rights to the land than the white Americans who are up in arms about illegal immigration. And yes, illegal immigration is wrong. That's all I'm saying. Caller, go right ahead. Okay. Caller, go right ahead. 924.
Yeah, greetings, Brother James.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Vascolonji here.
Mm-hmm. You finish your cartwheels?
Finish what?
Your cartwheels and your somersaults?
What cartwheels?
Well, you're probably one of those people who's glad that Trump won.
Well, I'm glad that he won in the sense that it will make us organize ourselves. Because he tell you what he's going to do. The only difference between Kamala and Trump is that Trump tell you he's going to kill you, but Kamala ain't telling you she's going to kill you, but she's going to kill you. You see, there's no difference between them, my brother. Because remember, the Electoral College is the one who chooses the President of the United States. We don't vote for the President. You vote for the mayor, you vote for the senator, you vote for the congressman. But what I'm saying is that Trump said he's going to deport all illegal immigrants. But he's illegal. All Europeans is illegal in the United States. Everybody's illegal.
Boy. He doesn't see it that way, though. His wife is an alien as well.
Reality.
Her parents, and he's gonna deport people.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to show you, like I tell you already, I know who Trump is. I demonstrate against Trump already with the Central Park jogger case when they convicted the 5 youths them, and Trump was responsible for that. Mm-hmm. So I have no illusion. All I'm saying to our people, you see what is happening in the world. You're talking about Kamala. Kamala committing genocide in Palestine. It's between disaster and failure. Our people have to understand it's time for us to get together. We have to repent for our sins. I've sinned against you. You have sinned against me. Let me sit down and trash out the sin. That's all we have to do, my brethren, and come up with a plan for us to move forward. Because what happens is that America is a fascist state now. It's just like Hitler with the Nazis. They claim what they want to do. Our people are not clear. We're talking about all kind of things. For instance, right? The Prime Minister said last year we make over $700 million in the CBI, right? This year is only 3. Rounding it off of that. What do you think is that?
Oh, wait.
Because
Wait.
the CBI.
Hold on. 300 million or 3 million, you said?
700 million.
And we made 300 million this year?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right? Now, what is the reason for that? Could you tell me?
That's still a lot of money, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what is the reason for the drop?
I don't know.
Maybe people
we cannot sell passports to certain people.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, okay.
We can't sell passport to Russians. We can't sell passport to Iranians. We can't sell passport to Belarusians or something like that.
Okay.
A couple countries.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that the fascists want to mash up the CBI. That is the ultimate goal. Because they're selling passports too. They're buying oil from Russia every day. But we can't sell passport to Russians. They're buying uranium from Russians every day. You see, we people got to understand what is happening. These people is calling us for over 1,000 years. We're going to continue to let them call us. We got to look after our own affairs. We got to get our house in order. We got to trash out the differences among us. How you going to be a PAM or is a Labour? But both of us was locked down under COVID. We're responsible for COVID. And I'm saying to our people, if you don't want to trash out our differences and come up with a plan, then you're against us. We have a plan, you know. We see what's going on in the Sahel states. The unification between Burkina Faso, Niger and Mali. That is the way forward for African people. And look at all the great things they have done since they have come together. You understand? In Burkina Faso, they're producing cotton now. Right? The profits that the cotton farmers make, they give it to the government. You understand? We have an example, brothers and sisters. You know? We're not talking about things that are far-fetched. Brother Abraham Traore in Burkina Faso, he cut his salary and give the ordinary people a raise. You understand? These are we raising the salary in a time of crisis. I mean, we got to wake up, man. All I'm saying to our people, we have the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Umoja means unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, the nation, and the race. We people have to unite to defend their own interests. You understand? We have the movement for national unity right here in the Federation. We have to unite as a people. That is the only solution. And black people unite. Yeah, there will be no more war and things like that in the world. We are the soul of this earth, of humanity. Once we get together, everything is over. Everything depends on us. So I'm just saying to our people, what Granny say, love one another. What Granny say, support one another. What Granny say, buy local. What Granny say, support your own. What Granny say, one people, one aim, one destiny. What Granny say, reparations by any. Imagine this. These colonizers owe so much money and we're fighting to get the money, reparations. Reparation is a well-established principle of international law. We're talking how we're going to diversify our economy. These people owe $500 trillion. And we are not even struggling to get it. All I'm saying to our people, brothers and sisters, it's time for us to unite. We have the plan to unite our people. If you don't want to unite, what Granny said, then you're against us. Give thanks, one love.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it, love.
All right. Okay. Yeah, he made some good points. Okay.
Very good ones.
Yeah. Okay, it's 9:31. Let me read this comment before I go. Kevin.
These comments juicy.
Yeah, Kevin Maxwell Wilkin. He said, if this was a Biden and Trump race, who would have won this time around? In other words, if Biden did not drop out, would he have won? And Ms. Delda replied, says, well, Trump would have done even better. Biden's approval rating was in the tank. That's true. Oh, which, again, I don't understand. I don't understand why Biden's approval rating was so bad. Wow. Given all the things he's done in the last 4 years. It's just crazy to me. Oh, boy. Let's take
Somebody
a quick
also
break.
asked what happened to the cases against him. Are they done with? But I guess, as you said, we'll take a break and we'll return.
Yeah, well, the cases that I've heard commentators say early up in the year that most likely if he becomes president, those cases will be ended.
Yeah, because he's not going to prosecute himself.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Boy.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum and when me have in a me hand there. Here a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley got it all about the flavor. Shirley never let me down. When I lime it at the beach on the town, Shirley biscuits always feel like home.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley, the Caribbean's favorite biscuit.
It's 9:34, and it's been said, in the comments and the calls, well, why are you guys talking about the American elections? Well, it's safer. You live in a country that masquerades as a democracy, right? And there's a lot of passive-aggressive, thin-skinned people in power who you say things that they don't like. They find all kinds of ways to make your life difficult. So, yeah, it's safer to talk about the American elections and so on. St. Kitts Nevis, not so much. So I'll just put that out there. Until our politicians and our political culture matures, that's what I'll say. Miss Mastercap says, meanwhile in SKN we have an incomplete museum and hospital wing in Nevis. I wish we would talk about that. Absolutely, I agree. But you can't fault people, including me. You can't fault people for not wanting to necessarily. I have a family, right? So, maybe if it was me, I like to say what I think. Maybe if it was me, it would be a little different. But I have a family to worry about, and we're not really that politically mature where people can take the blows critically. I'm talking about our politicians and so on. They don't see it as. I mean, in my mind, if I'm a politician and I'm getting criticized, right? I would treat that as a kind of a weather vane, a rudder, course correction, algorithm. Even let me put it fancily. I'll be like, okay, boy, this makes me uncomfortable. It makes me defensive. But do they have a point? Okay, let me try and do better. Instead, these guys, well, they're trying to make your life difficult. So I get the point. People say, oh, you guys are talking about the American elections, but try and understand. It's a lot safer. The Americans have my fingerprints. And yet, I feel like I can talk about this stuff and not face recriminations. They don't have my fingerprints here, but hey, I mean, all the things that could go wrong are a lot closer to home, figuratively and literally. All the things that can go wrong with, for me saying what I feel. Yeah, so I just thought I'd say that.
Talking about saying how you feel, you saw the article with the Honorable Gaston Brown, basically telling Sandals they could pack up and leave because they didn't pay they owe taxes, I think around 30 million to the government. What do you say to that? Do you think his constituents or the people that's employed by that organization would feel a type of way if that organization does pack up shop and leave? And would you give him kudos for his bravado and him probably having, I don't even want to say, having a plan in place for his people should that happen?
Who?
Gaston.
Okay, no, something distracted me here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I sent the article in the chat. He basically tells Sandals, pay me my money or pack up shop and leave. Yeah. So is he right for being outspoken? Is he one of those people that would say things that others of us are afraid to say?
I kid Gaston, how I call him gangster and so, right? But I've always admired the Antiguan spirit. They have that kind of bullish, I don't care what you think, but this is what I feel. They've always had that kind of bullish attitude that I like. And I really wish we were a lot more like that. And I wish our leaders were like that. I mean, I remember one time during I think it was during the Team Unity government, and there was something that I don't remember what it was. But I remember there was a marked difference between Gaston's response to it versus Harris. And I was like, why are we always so wimpy compared to the Antiguans?
But
I really like that.
Gaston and me, to me, are the only two. And yeah, people can get me if they want.
The only two vertebrates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That stand up.
Pretty
for
much.
That stand for something.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Troy was bemoaning the fact he said the line is really long, so he might not.
Okay, Troy. Next time, you meant well, but this is what happens when people don't make sure everything is in order. Because if everybody was in order, then they could have sweep by everybody and just say go.
Exactly.
Go. Yeah.
Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, it's me again, Kalanje. Good morning, Kalanje. Kalanje just as fascist as Trump.
Leave Kalanje.
He is talking about we black people must get together, but they have a group who will decide what we will do, what we can't do, and who don't like it against us. And in the socialist system, they have some good parts, but there's no freedom of speech. In fact, sometimes you don't even say anything. They don't suspect. I ask them, how do they deal with those who are not with us? Because every time you say that, I say, gosh, man. There's a turn off from intelligent people. What he's looking for is black people who you could put the army over them, because the countries talk about, they had armies that overthrow. And are the people better off? No. I mean, every time you hear it, they're no better than Trump. They already have this thing set up. Who can be these senators? Who choose them? And they decide the Kwanzaa this and the Kwanzaa that. Well, don't you want more than Kwanzaa? You want this thing written, go through the house, everybody must have a say. Every time he make that statement, those who not with us is against us, then it's only imprisonment, death, whatever. People who disagree, people who have an idea. I don't know why he keeps saying it. It turns me off. I know the socialist thing. He and others, rather than trying to build up black people, trying to imprison us, we had slavery already. We don't want no more slavery. Put into practice among yourselves what you're talking about. Demonstrate your ability to do so on a smaller scale. So if we choose people who don't know what to do, and then we ask this person got a thing and they give it to the government, well, they put in their labor in it. Our people don't read, study all the fascism and the socialism and the communism, you see. Even in Cuba, you can't get lights, you can't get water, you open your mouth, they lock you up. I mean, really? In Russia, they knock you off. In China, the same thing. Look what they do in Hong Kong. I mean, really? I am saying we need people of integrity to step forward. Black is not the only credential or the criteria to lead black people together. What have they done? What are they doing? What are the plans? When I hear about Kwanzaa, tell me what exactly. Do you have a cooperative yet? Have you started something small to demonstrate? Africa is 54 countries, you know. You're pointing on to. Of course, they need to get rid of the colonials. But the people themselves end up being slaves. If you want to call them slaves, they can't talk. They can't say what they think. They must think what the people with the arms say. What is that? All right, Kalanja, start to do something on the ground and say it small enough for you to demonstrate to all those who which you want all the blacks to get together. Begin to demonstrate this is our business, this is our bank. You don't understand? And stop saying who's not with us is against us. Do you know how frightening that is? To people who know what goes on? Look, boy, jump to the wrong cup of me and you.
Yeah, I mean...
Cup of me and you. This is how you know. Oh, me say, they won't keep up the radio. And then they try to take my family. And I wouldn't hush. They were not allowing about to intimidate you. You understand me? Mm-hmm. That's all they do. Oh, well, your wife can't work here, your child can't get a scholarship, and this and that. And then sometimes your poor family so intimidated that they want to use them as an instrument against you. My daddy, you better don't say nothing, you know. I mean, enough to kill you. So what Kalanja is saying, Kalanja, them got to first show our people what they can do and stop intimidating people, but those are not forces against us. Is it in your plan to use?
But Miss Henry, the people are not, and I don't think the people, honestly, I don't think that most people take what Kalanja is saying seriously when they should. They really should, but I don't think they do.
That's why you keep saying, oh, those are not with us is against us. That's Russia, Cuba. I mean, those kind of countries. That is what you want? You can't work in America. I was a called they want somebody come and overthrow our government. Is that the only way you want to overthrow? But once you overthrow, you're going to have to defend your position, you know? I mean, I went to Chile and I was reading something and I could believe. And even when the Americans took down the elected representative, the amount of people that disappeared, all the intellectuals, once you got any kind of intellectual training or any kind of common sense, all they want are people who out of fear giving. That's what he's doing. Oh, he's not with us, he's against us. Well, against who? Against who? All of us in here black. Who's against who? Get a constitution. Don't come to me about Kwanzaa mean this we want it. Kwanzaa mean this, that. Our rights. Our rights and thing must be spelled out. Freedom of speech, freedom of movement. Those are what we want to hear. Not with us is against us. Please go and demonstrate. Anybody could talk. Anybody could talk. But we want to see action. We're talking long enough now. Time enough to start action.
Okay. All right.
My name is Richard.
No. He's might not make it. Okay, so okay, you had some news you wanted to share about Fort Thomas, something that was posted, which I certainly want to hear what that's about.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me pull that up for you. Let me pull that up for you now. It says, and it is on winmediaskn.com. And as I said, Jamster, they are listening to you. They're taking your great ideas. It says, government explores opportunities for Fort Thomas hotel redevelopment. And it reads as follows. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has received significant interest from various parties regarding the acquisition and redevelopment of the historic Fort Thomas Hotel. This was highlighted by Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, during the recent Budget 2025 National Forum. This initiative aims to breathe new life into one of the Federation's iconic structures, which has long been a part of its cultural and historical landscape. The Prime Minister explained. He continued, and quote, "We recognize the potential of the Fort Thomas Hotel as a valuable asset for our tourism sector. We are committed to restoring this landmark and maximizing its contributions to our economy. The Fort Thomas Hotel, situated on a hill overlooking Basse-Terre, offers a unique blend of historical significance and picturesque views, making it an attractive point for redevelopment in a market that increasingly favors experiential tourism." Sorry. Had me there in a bit of a tongue tie. Currently, the government, led by Prime Minister Drew, is engaged in discussions with interested buyers and exploring the feasibility of repurposing the hotel to enhance its appeal to both tourists and locals alike. The redevelopment of Fort Thomas is part of a broader strategy to revitalize the tourism sector, which is projected to grow by 8.2% in 2025, according to the government's estimates. This growth is expected to be fueled by increasing airlift capacity, new marketing initiatives, and a resurgence in international travel post-pandemic. Prime Minister Drew emphasized the importance of ensuring that any redevelopment plans aligns with the vision of St. Kitts and Nevis as a premier tourist destination. He said, and quote, "We aim to ensure that the Fort Thomas Hotel not only meets the demands of modern tourism, but also retains its historical significance," end quote. The government seeks to balance the hotel's rich heritage, with contemporary hospitality standards, creating a destination that appeals to a diverse array of visitors. The redevelopment of Fort Thomas is envisioned as a catalyst for economic growth, job creation, and community engagement. By revitalizing this historic site, the government aims to attract more visitors to the area, stimulate local businesses, and foster a sense of pride among residents. Further updates on the acquisition process and redevelopment plans will be provided as discussion progress, ensuring that the public remains informed about this pivotal project in the Federation tourism landscape.
So they still haven't said what they're doing?
Nope. As they said, we gotta wait.
You ever notice our politicians have a way of, these guys can bloviate for like an hour and say nothing?
Well, you gotta wait and see. They said they're gonna keep you informed.
I mean, it's amazing to me.
So it may not be used for government offices. It doesn't look that way. It looks like it's gonna be refurbished
as long as
another
another. As long as it's not sitting there going to waste. As long as it's something that makes sense. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, Jamster, I was going to comment on the same thing. I think a day or two ago, you all had the same an announcement on the what was it, the hatchery?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know that in Nevis they actually had equipment and so on earmarked already for that, and nothing has become of the project.
Wasn't that supposed to be a federal project, though, caller? When we had the Minister of Agriculture being from Nevis, when they had the Unity construct?
No, this was after that.
Okay.
This was after that.
Okay.
They actually have equipment for a hatchery.
Okay.
But nothing has come of it as of now. Okay. Even though the equipment was already installed and so on. And the politicians keep bringing these teasers and nothing keeps happening. How often have we heard similar statements about Fort Thomas? You know, it's as if you say,
oh boy.
This is a box you have to tick. It's there, looking like an eyesore, so that something is being done. I mean, I am sure I could have just pulled a statement made by previous administrations on it. And, you know, that's why somebody like Gaston Brown evokes such emotion. Because he looks like a get-up-and-do kind of person. You know, whether it be Riyadh, anything, pick any policy, and he goes after it. You know, he holds on to it. He's very tenacious. You know, and I'm not surprised that he gave the ultimatum to Sandals. I mean, he can afford to do that now because I guess the Antiguan economy is booming, and somebody will step in to replace Sandals right away. Plus, they've had, unlike us, they've had a threefold increase in their CBI revenues. So this, I guess, is an ideal time for him to play tough with the government creditors. Right? Could you imagine we trying to do that with Marriott or the Four Seasons? We'd be in trouble.
Our politicians stand for nothing. I have never heard them say or do anything that resembles anything a vertebrate would do when it comes to dealing with these types of things. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're not bold enough. I really don't think they're bold enough, and that is why it is showing in the lack of forward movement in terms of, let's say, even capital projects. Certainly in terms of investment, new investment, but even capital projects. There isn't that go get it kind of thing. Much too laid back, I find. Okay, and ultimately it's going to show. Thing is, though, as you mentioned before, they're yet to come to the conclusion that looking at criticism, taking criticism is good. It's a good bellwether, as you put it, or you put it. There's already used basically to say that you made the adjustment, the necessary adjustment. But when you get criticized or when people complain, okay, the tendency is to counter that with propaganda and, you know, PR. And that could only go so far. Ultimately, if you don't make people's lives better, and that's part of what that's part of the lessons. That's one of the lessons from the American election. If you ultimately don't make people's lives better, you could come with all kinds of PR, communication, all kinds of things. It's not going to work, you know. And so they really should pay attention to the mood, what's out there, and not wait until election time comes to say, yes, I feel your pain, I understand, and we're going to do something about it. But then it's too late. You know? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so interesting news there. So it's probably going to be a hotel, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
Okay, I hope it's not. I hope it's not some half-assed
oh Jesus
thing where. No, I mean, sometimes, like sometimes there was a time I used to say, maybe about 10 years ago, right? I used to say, why do we always seem to get the half-assed investors who don't really want to spend real money and do something really. You know what I mean? Something really major and really seminal as far as our tourism market. Because it's like all the cool stuff happens elsewhere. I mean, it's like that water park I saw in. Okay, you can have another conversation about wasting all that water, right? You know, that water park that opened in Anguilla. I remember when I saw that last year.
It's fully open now? I haven't seen any pictures or anything. You know, people normally
That
post.
could be, well, now that you mention it, I don't know if maybe it got delayed because of the same water problems. Because I would imagine a place like that might have to have its own desalination plant
They
or
would
something.
need that, yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have to anybody conscientious would have to be like, that's kind of a frivolous use of water, given we're experiencing drought conditions. But yeah, I remember when I saw that project, I was like, boy, I wish we had something like that here. You know, but then you have to consider the whole water issue. Carla, go right ahead.
No, this 4 Towers thing is a scam because the Prime Minister himself acknowledged that the ground has been undermined. You know that, right?
Yeah, I figured.
He said so. He said, well, the pledge, the sea mind. So who gonna invest in something that might drop into the sea?
Well, that could always be fixed.
Fix it. They should fix it now. You can't go on the road. It requires a revetment down the cliff. Every year, poor Carl Bones talk about it down decades now.
Yeah.
Not even 1 or 2 big stone they put. So that those who live across the bay, they're likely to lose their property. So which investor, unless he come in to do what? To do what?
Fix it up. Put the stones down that you said Mr. Brown has been talking about, and refurbish it, renovate it.
The last person that they hired it out left sinks with the workers' money, I mean, the property has to be demolished, of course, but there isn't much of anything they could do down there, because up to now we don't even know how far up has the erosion taken place. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because you'd have to go out on a boat. You'd have to go out on a boat to see exactly.
And see that all the road has a name road.
Yeah, it's probably not even safe to drive around there now.
No, I think there's only on one side you could go, because the other side start dropping in.
Wow.
You go on a boat, you see. So which investor can take up the good hot money and put it on a thing that could disappear?
Well, someone who thinks big, because we might look at it and think all is lost, but
in that case, they will get it for nothing.
Yeah, that's
They will get
another.
it for nothing. That's the point, They say, oh yes, you could give me for $10 because it ain't no use.
Well, I hope
Next
they don't.
thing you know,
I hope they don't sell it. I hope they lease it or something. Lease the land, or
they might as well sell it because they have not the capacity to do anything. Because
Yeah, but why?
every
Yeah, but why can't they lease it? Why can't they lease the land?
it isn't fully government owned.
It isn't.
No, it was a company, private thing, and the government.
Oh.
People like shares may never make them of no value. But long before they could have turned it into the hotel thing, training place, those who doing that kind of work, training at CFBC, could have used only as kitchen and everything. So slight renovation can be done to it to make it a good training center. So that kind of story about the investor, you must keep the part. And the investor is us. All right then. Have a good
All
day.
right. Okay.
Socrates coming today?
Not sure.
But you'll be there, though, right?
Not sure.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Tell Mr. Gentleman, tell him Sissy and his way bring the watermelon for you and Catencia.
Oh, you thinking about watermelons?
You got watermelons to give away?
The sky is falling, and you're talking about watermelons.
Watch me.
Just teasing you.
Listen, lift your eyes above your troubles. All your sorrow will be gone. If you pray, the heavens open. God will turn the glory on. Can't I sing another song, right?
Is that 2 Corinthians?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Is that 2 Corinthians by any
Lift your
chance?
eyes above the shadows.
Louis, you got the reference.
Your troubles, you got to enjoy it.
You got the reference. You got the reference when I said 2 Corinthians.
If you pray the heavens open,
Trump, yeah.
God will turn the glory on. Turn the watermelon on. All right then.
We can turn the watermelon on just for you. You have a great day.
Yes, Miss Henry. Have a nice day.
What a morning. What a morning.
So,
what
yeah,
a
what a
result.
morning.
We just got to live with it and move forward. And yeah, all the good things. My good friend Neva said I sound like I need a hug. No, Mario, she's fine. She doesn't need a hug. She'll just have a nice conversation with you a few years later, okay? Yeah.
Okay, so it's that's gonna do it for this morning's show. So you're not gonna be here tomorrow, right?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Not sure yet.
You know me. I try my way to figure it out, work around it. We'll see.
Okay, because you just never know. Anything could happen now. I mean,
You know, it's just life. Anything can happen, but it just goes to prove that the people has the final say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever they want, they're gonna get. And we saw that in our last local election, and we're yet to see what's gonna happen when that time comes again. Yeah. Because the people do realize that they're the ones with the power, so they're gonna wield the power, even if it's going to be detrimental to their health.
So they were talking about. I really have to say this real quick. How they were making this hue and cry about black men planning to vote for Trump, and now it turns out I was just reading on Twitter that white women voted more for Trump than they did in 2020. And the same Latinos voted for Trump.
So a woman now that's gonna have a miscarriage, they can't go and get a DNC because they're gonna uphold whatever. It's just gonna have to
make
die
it make
as
sense.
well. But listen.
Yes, make it make sense.
Yeah, to each his own.
And we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna blame black men, but apparently, I think they
blame black men. Why?
Well,
What did they do?
It didn't turn out that way. That the black men voted for her, but so it's basically the same white women, in spite of I don't know.
People will be people. That's all we can say.
Wow.
Listen, I ain't Jesus. I ain't judging nobody. To each his own. Let them deal with whatever choice they make.
For real.
Yeah, that's their thing, not mine.
We should just drink our water, mind our business.
Mind
right?
our business over here, but their business does eventually affect our
Exactly.
business here, which is sad. I wish we
and
could
we
stand
can't
on our
pretend
own
that
2
it
feet.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does affect our business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for all who tuned in today. It was indeed our pleasure coming to you. Another morning, another day. It's a hump day. We hope we helped you as much as possible to get over the morning blues and make it through your Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. See you same place, same time tomorrow.
What she said.
Fruta full of vitamin, real fruit juice, full of vitamin.